Good evening, y'all. It is, I think it's Wednesday. Let me see. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's 5:45 in the evening. And I've got a hankering for a sweet potato pie. So I'm going to start out with the crust. I'm going to make two 10-inch pie crusts because I want to make it kind of a deep dish. And so I want to have extra pie crust. So I've got 2 cups of flour here, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and a heaping teaspoon of sugar. Put that in. And I'll measure out another cup of flour. And I'm going to make this crust in my bosh instead of mixing it by hand. Just kind of the way I'm feeling today. Just, okay. Cup of flour. Let me blend that a little. All right, and then I'm going to use 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of shortening. So that's 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons. All right, let me see if I can, I'll bring y'all over here to look in there and see. Can you see it okay? Okay. Now I need 8 tablespoons of cold water. I'm going to start off with about 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, that's 8. Okay, sprinkle a little flour on my countertop. Take this dough out. A little bigger so it'll fit my pie plate. Make the other side smaller. And I can put this in the freezer or the refrigerator and save it for another day. Or if I eat all this pie all at once, I'll have another pie crust ready. Okay, now. And I think this pie crust is, I don't know, kind of on the dry side. I feel it. It should be more pliable. Start in the center, roll it out. If it starts to split on you, then you can just kind of squeeze it back together. And I'm using my Farm Journal's Best Ever Pies cookbook for the crust recipe. And if your pie crust, starts to split on you, don't worry about it. You can patch it back together. Now, crust is my favorite part of the pie. Well, the filling's good too. It's just all good together. So when I make a pie crust, I always make a lot of crust. I like, around the edge where you flute it. I like for it to be thick. And since I'm the cook, I can make it the way I want. See, that's a lot of extra there. I just tuck it in. You don't have to do that. You can make yours thinner if you don't like all that crust. If I'm going to eat a pie, I want it to be like I want it to be. And if you're thin on one side, well, for my family that was good because some of them didn't like a thick crust. So if it was thin on one side, that's the side that they would get. And I'm just pressing it against the side to help it stick a little bit. All right, then I just do an old-fashioned fluting around the edge. Take this finger and these two and just kind of pinch it around. Okay. Now I'm going to make my filling. Let me just put these extra pieces of dough in here. No need of wasting them. Okay. Okay, I'm going to mix up the sweet potato. I thought I pushed the record button, and I didn't. I put in about 4 baked sweet potatoes, 2 eggs, plus the 2 egg yolks that I had left over from the other day from whatever recipe I was making. I put in a 5-ounce can of evaporated milk. Let's see, I put in about a tablespoon of molasses, maybe a teaspoon or a little bit more of vanilla. I put in a half a teaspoon of ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, and mace, and a stick of melted butter. And I've just combined all that. And I was saying that a sweet potato pie is pretty much like it's like a pumpkin pie. You can use any pumpkin pie recipe you have and just substitute sweet potatoes. But I had those uh, sweet potatoes I had baked and they needed to be eaten, so what better way than to have sweet potato pie? Just, just mix it up. Okay, see if I can make a little room here. And you cook this on 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. Ooh, that's a lot of pie. Good for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, I'm going to go put it in the oven. Okay, I have pulled the sweet potato pie out of the oven. I let it cook for 63 minutes. Let me check down in the center. It comes out clean. So it's done. And it needs to cool off before I cut into it. Oh, yum. Yeah, it's very hot. So I'm going to let it cool and then I will come back and share a piece with you. Okay, y'all, I'm going to cut into this sweet potato pie. It's still warm, but I can't wait anymore. And I forgot to tell you I put some cream in there, but I will put the recipe for the crust and the ingredients that I put in the sweet potato pie in the description in case you want to make a pie or a crust. So let me turn you down here so you can see. All right. Well, the first cut is always the hardest. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It comes out nice and clean. Oh. All right, now the true test is how does it taste? It may still be too hot to eat. Oh, yes. I like the way I flavored it. And it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. And the crust is flaky. Let me show you. It just kind of, you can hear it kind of snap. Look at that. Well, that's a pie to be proud of. Flaky crust, very flaky. Okay, well, I'm going to let that be it. Y'all have a good evening, a good day, a good afternoon, and please remember to be kind to someone. Someone needs your kindness today. Bye.